Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you have seen some of my videos talking about transferring files between multiple devices, like between Linux and Linux, between Linux and Android and stuff like that, in this video I'm gonna show you how you can do the same method between Windows and Linux, or Linux and Windows, as well as I have a cool trick that is gonna show you how you can do the same thing to transfer files between Windows and Windows with exactly the same method. It's not gonna be like I don't know, but it's not gonna be any other method. It's not gonna be so much complicated. It's a small trick. That's how I was able to find it. That's how it is for me. I found it like that. If you found an easier trick using the same method, which is SCP, which is very similar to rsync, we can do videos about rsync if you want, but it's very similar when it comes to the syntax. All you have to do is to change SCP to rsync if you are using Linux, Android, as well as Mac OS, as I guess. I'm not sure from Mac, I never tried it. Of course, when Linux is very similar to BSD. On BSD you can do the same thing. So rsync and SCP, they are very similar, as I said. The difference is in some flags. When you decide the options and everything, that dash stuff, you decide them. They should be they are different. You need to read your man for rsync, you need to read your man for SCP, the manual pages, by running man and then the name of the app that you want to check. And you will be able to see the difference, which is very small between the two ones. I guess for the port it's uppercase for dash uppercase P for rsync and dash lowercase p for SCP. Alright, when it comes to Windows, the thing is quite simple. I'm talking in general about the Windows versions that are earlier than 10. For Windows 10 it has a different method, because on Windows 10 you're able to install OpenSSH server, but when it comes to Windows 8.1, Windows 7, Windows XP, I guess, I did not try it yet, but I believe it exists and you can use it there. Windows 2000 and so on, I tried it on Windows NT4, but it did not work, to be honest. If you were able to do it, tell me. But all the versions I mentioned, starting from Windows XP up to Windows 8.1, you can use this method. You can use it on Windows 10 if you want to use this method itself. However, there is another method which is very similar to Linux 1. The method needs you to install PuTTY. PuTTY is an SSH client. I have it installed here. This is PuTTY. You can see it. It's installed on this Windows 7 box. And I have it as well here. Here is the shortcut. Okay. So if you want to transfer files between Windows and Linux, that's what I'm going to start with. If you want to transfer files between Windows and Windows using this method, you need to follow me until the end, and you need to have either an intermediate or a computer inside of your local network that's running Linux. It can be a true computer, hard computer, or it can be a virtual computer that you can set up yourself using VirtualBox or VMware. Alright, so first of all, you can use, after you install PuTTY, I will include the links in the description. You make a file. Let's make a file, okay? This one, CLS. Alright, so I will make a file here, new text document, and let's call it file TRSFR, transfer. Just anything, just call it anything. It can be a file, it can be a folder. If you want to transfer a folder, you should specify -R for it. So the command is pscp, and if you wanna like check you have it installed or not, just run it, pscp. They have those flags there. Yeah, the big P, I guess I'm wrong. I'm not sure exactly for which one, but here it is for SCP. Probably for rsync it's small, I'm not sure. You can check, sorry for that. So PSCP, you specify the port. The default one is 22. You do not need to specify if it is by default, if it is not changed in your configurations. So we're not going to specify it. And then you take the source file or folder. If it's folder, you specify before it dash R, okay? And then the destination, which is going to be something like this: the username and then the IP address. Let me check it again. I guess, yep, it's here, 93. So 90, standby, 93. And then the folder, which is gonna be home, Lulu, the name of the user. It's random, just put anything, I don't care about it. Desktop. And then, yeah, the command, it should be pscp, the source file, which is on Windows 7, and then the destination, which is the folder or the path or directory of your Linux machine. Press enter, you put the password, enter, done. How can we check that? We go to desktop file. It's here. You see it? It's there. This thing is for transferring files between Windows and Linux. Let's say you want to receive a file. I sent a file from Windows to Linux. Now I'm going to show you how you can receive a file. Okay, let's name this one. Okay, to receive a file on Windows, it's by running pscp, and then the source should be remote. By the way, if Windows is remote, you should not put Windows remote. If it's below Windows 10, do not run the command where you put Windows remote. If you want to receive or send files from Windows to Linux, and you use Linux, for example, and you type, or even between Windows and Windows, the one that's below Windows 10, and you type, like, for example, the name of the user or the username, something, and then the IP address for your Windows machine, and then you specify the file path, it is not going to work. It will not work. I've tried it many times and it doesn't work. So here I will specify the file, which is 1. I made it here, 1. Do I have it here? No. So Lulu, the IP address, which is 93 at the end, and then home/home/lulu/desktop/1. You can put it in C, or let's take this file like this, and then to specify the folder to be desktop. Enter, put the password, and then done. We have it here. You can see your one here. Clear? Alright, so let's try with folders. Let's call it 11. Okay, and then we do same thing, pscp, but with -r, and then we take it like this, drag it and drop it here to get the full path. We don't need to keep typing it. And then Lulu, the username, Lulu 10.0.0.93, and then home, Lulu, and then desktop. Enter, password, done. Alright, can you do this thing to an Android phone? Yes, you can. I will prepare my phone, I will be back to you. Alright, here I have my connection to my phone. It's an SSH connection. I've done a video about it, check it in the cards. As well as I've done a video how you transfer files from Linux to Android. As you can guess, or if you know this thing, Android and Linux are very similar because Android is based on Linux. There are some differences. So I'm going to show you how you can transfer files using the same method with Android phone. All you have to do is to run the same command with different arguments. So here we press ls. First of all, we run, or I'll prove to you that this is an Android phone. It's not an emulator. I have done this. I have told you about this many times. So we delete all these things. Test, I don't need it. And then test 1, test 2, and then transfer. All these files I've done the video about them. Check the cards, and then we remove the folder, which is that one, double T. Yes. And then check again ls, and then we remove that SCP stuff. Alright, so we have here folder and file. The first thing is the folder, or we start with the file. We drag and drop here like this, and then we select or type any user, which I'm gonna type user, the IP address of your phone. You can check it by running the command IPA like this. No, ifconfig, sorry, IPA is for Linux. And then you will have your IP address, in my case is like this, 10.0.0.35. And then you take, this is a little bit complicated, working pwd, and then you take that directory, you type it on your CMD. Let's keep it on top. How can I make that? Data slash data slash data. Okay, slash data or data. And then com.termix. Yes, files home. com.termix. No, it's not working. com.termix slash files slash home. Alright, yeah, it's like that. Enter. Network error. Yes, network error. I forgot here the port. You specify the port with big P or uppercase P, and then you run this command. Oh, it's not working. Let's do it. Using the big P. Yep. So you put the argument at the beginning, enter, and done. If we check, we will have it here, ls, and we have 1 here. Okay, it wasn't there. How can I prove that it wasn't there? If we last time I have run ls before I delete this folder, it was only this folder as scp_transfer. So if we want to receive that file, we can run this command ps cp-big P 8022, and then the same command at your IP address. Let's take it again, data, and then com.termix slash files slash home. I still don't, I guess I removed that folder. So let's make another folder, mkdir. So you can also transfer folders. Let's call it 123 ls. We have that 123. So 123. To be able to transfer folders, don't forget to specify the argument small r. Okay, and then at the end you specify. You can choose whichever destination folder you wanna or path you wanna put your transferred folder to. So I'm just gonna take the path of a specific file and then delete the name of the file and the command prompt and keep it like this, unknown. So guess the place of either the place, or we need to do it like this. Yep. Enter. So we have our 1, 2, 3 file or folder here. Alright, so now we come to the cool trick. We come to the cool trick to be able to receive the file on our second Windows machine. You don't want to bother yourself about installing fancy stuff or using some insecure stuff, like Bluetooth is very insecure by many people. You don't probably have adapter at home. You're using a desktop computer. Whichever the reason is, this video is going to help you to transfer files between two computers that are running Windows on the same network. All you have to do is to have PuTTY installed on both of them with an extra virtual machine, for example, for Linux, or you can use your phone as well. So this is what you need to do. Okay, first of all, let's make a file, new text document, transfer it. I guess it should be with double R. Okay. So, as we said, we cannot specify Windows to be remote, like username at IP address and then the path. It's not going to work. We can try if you want, but I'm sure it's not going to work. I will prove to you that it doesn't work. So we run ipconfig here. The username here is vbox user pscp. We take this file and then vbox user at 10.0.0, it's 96 as you can see here, and then let's put it in C. What was it? Yeah, let's take this thing again, because the folder is the same, the structure is the same, because the users are the same. It's not gonna work. Connection refused. I tried all the methods possible. If it worked with you, please don't hesitate to tell me. So I'm gonna show you how you can do this thing between these two computers with this small trick. It's not like a big deal. It's not a hack that is gonna cause you problems like security problems or anything. It's just a cool trick that can help you transfer the files simply. All you have to do is to have an intermediate computer running Android or Linux. So the first thing is to specify the file path or the folder path if it is a folder. Don't forget to specify -r, small r, and then like before, the username, IP address, and let me remember it here. This one, yep, 93. So it's 93. And then here we type home, Lulu, it's home directory, desktop. Alright, enter, and then the password of it. And then if we come to the desktop here, we get our transferred file. Alright, and then we go to our next machine, and the destination file for the first machine is going to become, or the destination path with ordering the file name is going to become our source file. Okay, and then we receive it wherever we want. 10.0.0.93. In your case, you check it yourself. Home, Lulu, then desktop, then /transfer it. Where should we put it? Let's take it and put it, let's take this here, and then, yep, like this. So, we don't need double quote, enter. Yeah, that confirmation comes to you at the beginning of, or at the first transfer, enter. No such file or directory. transferred. Wait, transferred. Did not find it. Home Lulu desktop. It's supposed to be here. Transfer it. Ah, yeah, .txt. You forgot it. Sorry. .txt. Enter. You put the password. Enter. And then we have it here. Okay. So that's the trick. Make sure Windows is not the remote one. The remote, I mean, you specify the username, the IP address, and everything. Next thing, let's do it with folders. Here we don't have 1, 2, 3 folder, and that's not everything. Yes, let's transfer 11 folder because we don't have it in our Android machine. Our Android machine, if we check here, we don't have 11, right? And then we do it to our Android. Specify -R -big P. For the port for Android, it's 8022. Check the connection of SSH that I have done the video. Space 11. Yep. And then any username doesn't matter. For example, 10.0.0, the IP address of your phone, and then the correct path. You can get it by typing here pwd like this. So data.com.termix files, as I guess. Yes, and then home. Add there here. Home. Enter. You put the password of your phone. Check the video of the connection of SSH. How to do that? Enter. Done. We check it here. ls. Done. And then we do again the same thing, but the intermediate thing is the phone. So if you don't have a virtual machine running Linux, no problem. You can use your phone. -R -big P becomes the source here. Any username, just type anything. I'm typing whatever it is. The IP address, and then the path, the full one. Make sure it's correct. com.termix /files /home/11. We have 11 here. It's before we check. Yes, it's near. It has become here. And then where should we put it? Let's do this thing. Get this again. You remove the name of the file just to make things simpler, okay? Or otherwise you can just type whichever path you want. You can put it in C, you can put it in D, you can put it in E if you have E, anything. Enter. No, it's wrong. I did not put the port number. We just put it here. 8022. Enter. Yeah, it's the first time. Enter. You put the other password, of course. Enter. And then we have our folder here. Is it clear? So the difference between Windows and Linux when using SCP, you have to put P at the beginning, so it becomes PSCP, one word. The second thing, you cannot put Windows if it is below or under Windows 10 as a remote destination or source. You cannot do that. Okay? Follow my trick. You'll be able to transfer files between two Windows computers, and you will have an intermediate phone or computer or virtual computer running Linux or Android. You'll do the trick correctly. I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. And then, yeah, cheers.